Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Scott here, and today we're going to be filling out the Lakers roster if they were to sign Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is reportedly seriously considering the Lakers after they just opened up $32 million in cap space. With the possibility of Kawhi joining in free agency, the Lakers would have to find a way to fill out the remaining spots in their roster with the few tools they'd have. If Kawhi signs, their starting lineup at that point would be LeBron, Tucker, Kawhi, Kuzma, and AD, because those would be the only contracted players on the roster. The missing areas for them would still be shooting to give these superstars the space to operate, as well as a point guard and a backup big. While LeBron and Kawhi could be co-ball handlers and might not need a point guard, they'd still need someone reliable as ball handling depth. Because the only tool the Lakers would have to improve their roster would be the $4.8 million room exception, they'd have to choose wisely as to who they give that money to. The assumption would be that with the addition of Kawhi and the opportunity to be a starter on the favorite to win the title, there could be some high quality role players that might be willing to take a significant pay cut. It just depends who. A player like George Hill, who was traded for Kawhi on draft night back in 2011, would be realistic as a veteran point guard who can shoot. He had a great playoff run with the Bucks and should have interest in the Lakers if offered the room exception. There's also Danny Green, who isn't a point guard but would be a great three-point shooter and defender and is obviously Kawhi's guy. He's estimated in the $10 million range per season and has said on record that this free agency is the time where he needs to maximize his dollars, so maybe he wouldn't be realistic. Another option could be Seth Curry, who's more of a shooting guard but could play a little bit of point if needed. He's also a great shooter but is nowhere close to Danny Green defensively. His market would be in that $4.8 million range, but he might not be who the Lakers want on the defensive end. Not that this is his market range, but KCP could be an option because of his connection with Clutch Sports and obviously him being a Laker the last 2 years. He's been a polarizing player and the Lakers probably would prefer to sign a guy like Danny Green, but if he's not available, they might have to just get KCP. Whoever it is the Lakers end up with on that room exception, they then have to find another 7 players to form a legal roster. 2 of those spots could go to bringing back Alex Caruso and Jonathan Williams on minimum deals. Caruso played very well towards the end of last season and shot 48% from 3, so there's a chance he could be their backup or even starting point guard if they wanted their room exception player to come off the bench. 2 more players that could fill in some bench minutes would be J.R. Smith and Carmelo Anthony, who haven't played since November but are both LeBron's guys, and at their best could be great contributors on minimum deals. Another one of LeBron's guys the Lakers could sign is Kyle Korver, who should be getting a buyout from the Grizzlies very soon. He's known for his great shooting and still needs to get his first ring, which makes him a likely possibility. At this point, the Lakers would still need to fill 2 more roster spots, one of which could go to one of their post-draft signings like Eric Coleman, but they'd also still need a backup center to Anthony Davis. The first choice would be JaVale McGee, but considering the season he had last year, he's definitely due a pay raise. He should have an interest in returning to the Lakers, but maybe not for that little money. Of course, Brook Lopez would also be a good signing, but he should be getting a much bigger salary than the minimum. They could also target Nerlens Noel, who opted out of his minimum level player option with OKC. He's a similar type of player to JaVale with the athleticism, and might be looking for a pay raise, but if it's not there, a minimum with the Lakers could interest him as he's a member of Clutch Sports. 2 realistic players that would certainly take the minimum would be Robin Lopez and Ed Davis, who both provide a lot of similar things to JaVale and Nerlens, but don't have near the athleticism and lob finishing ability. With the information out there right now, this is the most realistic roster the Lakers could put together with Kawhi Leonard, but things can change pretty quickly. We'll just have to wait and see if Kawhi signs, and what time he does to fill out the roster with who's available. That's all I have for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more Lakers content like this, then make sure you subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, then make sure you drop a like, and thanks for watching.